A new tornado warning has been issued for Chambers County in Texas.
Isn't that a nice situational awareness tool? It's going to be for the storm coming in off the Houston shipping channel. This has been a storm that's had long track, nasty tornadoes all the way from Liverpool and Alvin through Dickinson. Now it's about to move on shore very near the tip of Smith Point, and Jason has this doodle to get down there. And if he can, he'll be able to actually break it loose and do it. He is at the intersection of White Branch Road and 562 and 1985. It's going to go to his southwest, but it's also trying to turn northeast, so we're probably going to get a few effects. See trees and such before I'm actually correcting this. Such good stuff. We're going to watch that real carefully. So again, this is a tornado warning now for Chambers County. A tornado in progress over the Houston shipping channel is going to be moving inland between Smith Point, near Smith Point, up to Double Bayou. This is a strong, long-track tornado that is continuing to go to the shipping channel. After it moves inland, it's going to be over rural portions of Chambers County, and it's going to eventually cross Highway 124, probably near Stoughton, south of Winnie, north of High Island. So what we're waiting for now is for Jason to get a view. And once he does, we're going to go full screen. But for now, we have two tornado warnings. Tornado warning for a storm coming on shore just north of Smith Point, south of Double Bayou, and a tornado warning up in portions of Jasper and Newton counties for a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. Now we're going to be keeping a very close eye on Jason's stream, or at least I'm going to try to, while also maintaining situational awareness with everything else going on. And again, if we're not talking about a storm near you, that's usually damaging winds, large hail, heavy rain, lightning. Otherwise, you can track the storms with our free interactive weather radar on our website, TexasStormChasers.com. So the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app, where you can also get your local weather forecast. All right, we're going to get a view here soon. Jason is literally traveling almost to the coast of Texas. We have the only other storm capable of producing a tornado up southeast of Jasper. And that circulation does not look impressive anymore. I think the line just to its west ain't stormy, and that has resulted in disruption to the low-level circulation. But we need to watch southwest of Magnolia Springs near Fred again, west of Kirbyville, due to that trying to spin up. Now here's the supercell coming in off Galveston Bay. You can see supercell structure here. In fact, impressive cloud to ground lightning strikes. It's that magical time of day where I get to use my super duper marker. So all inflow into this thunderstorm. This whole parent updraft is rotating. Look at these striations. So if we have a tornado, it's going to probably be back in the rain behind that fence. You can see extremely frequent cloud to ground lightning occurring with this. Jason Cooley is located near Double Bayou in southwestern Chambers County, and we're looking to see if he's going to get a view of the parent circulation with this supercell as it moves at him. Now, while he plays around and gives us all seizures, let's go ahead and look back at the radar. So again, this is up in Jasper, Newton counties, tornado warning. Jasper, you're fine. Noon, for now, it's staying west of you. I'm more concerned with the new circulation developing back southwest of Magnolia Springs, farther into Jasper County, west of Kirbyville. That may end up doing something. We'll have to keep a close eye on it. Otherwise, we're watching this. There is a tornado. I have no doubt there's a tornado back. Here, I'll show you. Back down here. Coming in off the shipping channel towards Double Bayou and Smith Point. It's just we can't see it right now because it's wrapped in rain. There's extremely strong velocity, hook echo, even a bounded weak echo region, and that is exactly where meteorologist Jason Cooley is looking. You see this low-level inflow being adjusted, and at some point, given his angle, he'll probably be able to see it. It's just not yet to him. As it moves closer, Jason is going to strategically position himself for a safe vantage point. I'll be honest, I'm looking back in here. But again, it's still over the bayou. Or bayou, so we're just going to have to wait and see. Going back to this, again, this thing is clear as day down. It's about to move onshore. Here's the how hard it's raining mode, which way the wind's blowing mode. I mean, gate-to-gate circulation galore. It's about to move onshore. Hey, that rhymed. If we have something going on, we're going to see it. Assuming it's not completely and utterly wrapped in rain, which it is. So we'll still wait to see it. But again, we have the only other storm that has a tornado warning on it right now is on Highway 96, southeast of Jasper. Hail core just southeast of Jasper. And we'll watch it carefully. But this is Chambers County. Storm coming on shore that produced tornadoes back here at Galveston, parts of Harris County. You can see very strong circulation. So there is a big tornado in there. You just can't see it yet. Storms northwest Harris County. Could have some hail up back in Tomball. This is going to be an issue for folks impacted by tornadoes and wind damage earlier, perhaps. So again, this storm near Tomball, intense 50 winds, heavy rain, and some hail. Otherwise, the only tornado warning we have right now is going to be, well, let me rephrase that. The only other tornado warning, this storm south of Jasper, crossing over Highway 96 northwest of Roganville, that is moving northeast towards Farsville and Burkeville. That'll stay west at noon. You can see a pretty good hail core with this. Wouldn't be shocked to have quarter to ping pong ball size hail just southeast of Jasper. Jasper, tornado issue is going to stay southeast of you. A little stronger rotation now just northwest of Roganville being detected in the mid-levels. Looks like we had a brief spin-up tornado over Lake Livingston from our storm chaser Chad Casey. And meteorologist Jason Cooley is down here on this storm coming into Chambers County from the Houston Shipping Channel. You can see it just even got the spooky rappy hook. That's on shore now, so there is probably a significant tornado in progress now over rural portions of southwestern Chambers County, north of Smith Point, south of Double Bayou. In fact, he's zooming in, so at some point we're probably going to see it. I mean, there's a big tornado in there. It's just wrapped in rain from this angle right now. We're just going to wait and see. In fact,
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Harris and Montgomery County in Texas.
That's me. I'm playing with the contrast to kind of sneak in there and see if we can't see anything. Now, ooh, here. Good example of what we have going on. Now, I have this changed. Look at all that rain being pushed into the circulation. That's rain being adjusted. So, yeah, there's definitely a big tornado back in here. intensifying. Here, let me show you. And at some point, we'll probably see it pop out of the rain. But look at the velocity. This is what Jason's looking at. We have winds moving away from the radar, 70 miles an hour. We have winds moving towards the radar, 170 mile an hour gate-to-gate coupling. Violent tornado in progress now, north of Smith Point, south of Double Bayou. And folks, this thing could be producing tornadoes until it gets into freaking Alabama tonight. So again, this thing's big, bad, very mad. Classic indications of a long track violent tornado. Now let's get back to Jason's shot. Let's see what we've got. Now let me clear the whiteboard. That means you, whiteboard. I'm going to reset the colors, give you the correct version. There you go. That's what it looks like, uncontrast enhanced. Now, I'm going to enhance the contrast. I'm going to dump the brightness. And now you can almost see a right edge back in there. I mean, based on the radar, this is probably a half-mile to mile-wide rain-wrapped tornado wedge back in here. So we're probably only going to see one side of this for now. But we're just looking for that indication because there is a huge wedge back in there somewhere. And that is a bad, very mad, temperamental tornado. Only other tornado warning we have, again, that's going to be a storm up in East Texas. Southeast of Jasper, and frankly, there's modest rotation with it. It doesn't look super duper impressive, which is good. I'm more concerned about west of Kirbyville, but even that is more of a straight line wind signature. So by far,
stop,
and
please
really the
stop.
only other severe warning we have, again, that storm we were just talking about with hail, northern Harris County near Tomball. No indications of low-level rotation. That's a hail and wind threat. And then you have this thing. That is a violent, large, destructive tornado with a debris signature. So again, there's your debris signature with a large, violent, rain-wrapped tornado now in southwestern Chambers County.
Move.
And that's what Jason Cooley's looking at right now. He is south of Double Bayou, and it's wrapped in heavy rain. You can't see it. It's wrapped itself up like a hurricane. This is going to be on White Huron Road, coming up to Smith Point Road. Eventually, it's going to ride Smith Point Road, probably up towards
White
Ranch Road. Now, there's your velocity. There's your couplet. There's your tornado debris signature. Big, bad, very mad, large, destructive tornado. Back to the stream of Jason. Again, he's looking south into it. It's completely wrapped in heavy rain. I'm going to enhance the contrast. Now this is not helpful. It's got another area of circulation trying to spin up near him, I guess. Don't think. Oh, he's going to drive. Yeah, he probably has to reposition. But again, you saw it's completely wrapped in heavy rain and hail. But it's there. It's big, it's bad, it's very mad. It's very rural areas. But again, this is going to be a confirmed tornado, large and extremely dangerous. White Huron Road and Smith Point Road, far southwestern Chambers County. In addition, the storm could be dropping baseball-sized hail now. Moving northeast, it's turned more northeast, unfortunately, which may bring it towards Winnie, which would be problematic. Winnie to Stowell on Highway 124. We still got time. It continues on its present course and speed. This is going to end up making it into close to Winnie. Holy mother of mercy, no. It's going to end up making it close. And we're close. Winnie around 3:15 p.m. Tornado debris signature goes up at least a couple thousand feet. We have hail, northern Harris County. No tornadoes with that. Storm in eastern portions of Jasper County, moving into western Newton County. Would help if I showed you the radar. Merry Christmas to me. Here we go. Again, there's really not much rotation out here. This is messy. That's good. You don't want, defined rotation like the big tornado we're seeing right now in western Chambers County. So, let's zoom out statewide. Well, here's the satellite. Looks cool, right? Notice how quickly we're clear now. Like I said, we're probably going to
Texas local storm report from Town Bluff in Tyler County, Texas. Hail magnitude measured 0.75 inches. Reported by emergency manager. Additional information, Tyler County Emergency Management reports dime-sized hail falling in Town Bluff.
Oh, well, congratulations. Okay, so there you go. Golden Triangle, far southeast Texas over the next 60 to 90 minutes. That's what we're going to be dealing with. Maybe 2 hours in far southeast Texas. But otherwise, we're doing okay for now in terms of having all these not producing tornadoes at once. We have a storm moving towards Spring from Tomball, North Harris County. Could have hail. Quarter-sized. This storm in Chambers County that moved through portions of Galveston, Brazoria counties. That has done a lot of damage with bad things. This storm near...
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for DeSoto, Natchitoches, and Sabina County in Louisiana. Sabina and Shelby County in Texas.
I'm actually surprised it did get Natchitoches right. Or it's actually Natchitoches, I think, but meh. It'd be a shame if I spilled this chocolate protein shake on my white shirt. So again, this is what we're looking like. Brazos Valley, you're done. Houston, Harris County, you're going to be done by 3:15. It's the last round of storms moving through Houston. West of I-45, from Spring down to Galveston, yeah, you've still got some chance. North of Spring to Huntsville, some strong storms ongoing. I-45 from Huntsville to DFW, you're done. Look out, save the satellite. How about we try that again? Look out and look at the satellite. And here you go, Central Texas. Merry Christmas.
Your route may be affected by tornado warning.
Bags before I get a view of it. It's a nice game. Okay, it's raining, it's spooky. I wish I was snoring, but I'm not. Okay, here's one of Mississippi. So really, we are at 2 tornado warnings right now. One of them...
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Polk and San Jacinto County in Texas.
One of them isn't doing much. And we'll take a look at that. This is a tornado warning, eastern Jasper, northern Newton County. I'll be honest, really this looks disorganized. I think it's turned into a blob, and the blob has resulted in discombobulation and disorganization. And there is my articulate phrase of the hour. Merry Christmas. The only other storm we're dealing with has issues in the Spinny Doom Doom department is this very angry tornado near, Smith Point Road. East of White Huron Road, moving towards White Ranch Road. This is continuing to move almost more easterly and northeast, which is going to keep it south of Winnie and Stowell unless something changes, which it always could. Mother Nature likes to be fickle like that. Should stay north of High Island as well, but 124 is not going to be a particularly pleasant place to be south of 65 down to 87 over the next while. Now, Mr. Cooley, let's see, what do you have? This may be starting to develop a new circulation to the north. And if that happens, well, actually, you know what? Let me do this. Let me make sure we didn't just have a handoff while I was playing talkie baldy time. Did we have a handoff? No, but I think we are about to have one. So we're just looking. Again, it's still rain wrapped. But when the new cycle comes about, nasty debris signature, by the way, off Smith Point Road, northeast of Smith Point. We're going to have issues with that. So, let's make sure we're not... Oh, actually, hold on. What's he got back there? Looks like an edge. It's a raindrop on the right, but we almost had a right edge, it looked like. Notice the clouds moving generally in that direction. Oh yeah, look, yeah, there you go. Scan the right edge. Big tornado back in there. I'm willing to bet that's an edge of it. You can see how it's completely rain wrapped. I've got it contrasted here, but you can see the precip. Here's how it looks like in person. Big old high precipitation core. You can see all these clouds moving into it. I'm going to knock the brightness down and enhance it. Knock the brightness back up. And there you go. This tornado, big, bad, very mad, is somewhere back in this heavy precip. Notice how every single cloud up here is moving towards that. And now I drew a pickle Rick. Okay, so let's zoom back out, change that, make sure Jason doesn't drive into a tornado because that would be unfortunate. His wife would call me and then I'd have to explain why her husband drove into a tornado, and bad things tend to happen. And then I'd have to go down there and hit people with mallets because mallets and I get along. Okay, let's get back to it. We do have a tornado warning for rural western portions of Chambers County. Northeast of Smith Point, Double Bayou, Smith Point, you're clear. High Island up to Winnie, keep an eye on this. Someone's getting under a warning here. It's going to probably cross White Ranch Road west of 124 and then cross 124 somewhere between Winnie and High Island. I know, that's quite descriptive, isn't it? Well, there's nothing else out there, so. All right, storm up near Spring to Oak Ridge North. Gusty winds, maybe quarter-size hail. No tornado. Let's go back into East Texas because why not? Make sure we're not missing anything up here.
Head south, then make a U-turn.
A lot of rain. Storms around Livingston to Seven Oaks may have quarter-sized hail, gusty winds to 60 miles an hour. Storm over Jasper to noon I'm not seeing any real indications of rotation out here. I think it's, honestly, that warning can go away. Shun, if anyone's ever seen the old school 15-year-old llama alpaca parody, Shun the Unbelievers or whatever it is, yeah, shun that tornado warning. It can go bye-bye for now. We'll keep an eye on it. All right, and then the only other storm we're watching right now is near High Island. Watching it. But the good news is for now, that storm rural areas of western Chambers Town. It's down, there's a tornado, and it is about to cross White Ranch Road, northeast, east of Eagle Ferry Road, east of Double Bayou, northeast of Smith Point, well northwest of High Island.
I'm not giving this any more time. Get the heck out of this. There's a tornado.
Where?
It's coming on shore behind you. Stop and tell these guys. You guys see that shit? It's a tornado. Oh God! There's people fishing out here. Have no idea what's going on. Alright, so I'm at least helping somebody out here. Alright.
Much far southeast Texas until these storms go, and let's see what Jason has. Far southeast Texas until these storms go, and let's see what Jason has.
That's a tornado back there.
Oh, I know. I'm chasing.
Okay, great,
I was
great.
trying to warn those other people coming. I'm like,
Yeah, I did
it
too.
looks like it's kind of rain route.
Yeah.
tornado yelled at the computer 5 minutes ago because it had a hard BIOS crash. So let's go ahead and get some labels on here. We've got White Ranch Road, large, violent, very angry tornado. We've got winds moving towards the radar at about 100 miles an hour. We got winds moving away from the radar at 80 miles an hour. We have a 180 mile an hour gate-to-gate couplet with a large, violent tornado.
It's just conveyor belting in there. I'm just not brave enough to dip my head through there, obviously.
And this is over Chambers County, staying south of Winning, hopefully south. Live on the face bag, and I broke everything, I know. Alright, so I just need to make sure it's working. So again, Chambers County, south of Winnie, north of High Island, large violent tornado. We've got, it's been down for over an hour now. Meteorologist Jason Cooley is on it. You can see based on the how hard it's raining mode that the storm itself has a highly rain-wrapped circulation. Looking at the raw feed from Jason, you can see almost a right edge. Honestly, let's do some contrast enhancement. Jason is on the Chambers County storm. Oh yeah, that's the right edge right there. You're looking at it. You can see the edge of the tornado. There you go. Look at how fast that's moving. There's your tornado right there. There's the right edge coming out of the rain. Large, violent tornado. Looking right down the road. He's probably right on White Ranch Road. There you go. Tornado on the road right now. Let me reset everything. There you go. There you go. You can almost see the left edge. Looks like the left edge right there. Right edge on the right. So there you go. Large, violent tornado with that. It's going to be heading towards the Stowell area. Hopefully staying south of town. But again, that was a large, violent tornado coming out of the rain here in Chambers County, southwest of Winnie, southwest of Stowell, northwest of High Island.
Continue on White's Ranch Road for 3 miles.
Road, looking west into the tornado. He's in a better position, and eventually, I assume he's going to get back to 124. Unfortunately, he's going to have a road hole east of 124, so he'll have to go back up to I-10 or Highway 73. All right, let's make sure we're not missing anything else. We still have that tornado warning. I don't know why, but what am I to say no? There's not a tornado up here, please. This thing's got more outflow than I do after Taco Bell. Okay, so those of you from Newton up to Burkeville, you still technically have a tornado warning. I'll be honest, I'm not too worried about that right now. And then we note the tornado outbreak with supercells has begun in eastern Louisiana, Mississippi. Some of these are going to be very bad tornadoes, just like the one we're dealing with in Chambers County. We're going to actually be, once we're done with Texas here in about 60 to 90 minutes, we'll be focusing on the events out east. Storm Chaser Stephen Jones is out there, so we'll be watching his large, violent tornado, White's Ranch Road coming up to Highway 124 in the next several minutes, well south of Stowell, well north of High Island down here on the coast. And then you've got Winnie up on I-10, unless this thing takes a hard left turn, which, I mean, it is possible. It can always try. If we get an occlusion site.
In half a mile, turn left onto Texas 124 North.
Missing something, probably. I'm always missing something. About 5,000 brain cells, but all right. Out here, I'm going to look out in this area. So again, only go. It's going to be approaching Highway 120.
Turn left onto Texas 124 North.
As it moves off to the east at 35 miles an hour. I mean, good. Golly sweet molly, as things go.
Continue on Texas 124 North for 10 miles.
In front of an inquiry. 105 miles an hour moving towards the radar. We got winds moving away at about 60 to 70. Still 170, 180 mile an hour, gate to gate shear. Big tornado, modest tornado debris ball because we're in a rural area. But you saw
Continue on Texas 124 North for 8 miles.
road there. I don't know who that was, but not a good idea. You've got this thing moving east towards Highway 124, White's Ranch Road. This should stay mostly south of...
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Vernon County in Louisiana, Newton County in Texas, a new tornado warning has been issued for Jefferson County in Texas.
We're going to go long duration warning for this. So we're going to talk about that in a second. Large violent tornado back in the rain. Now, here's what we've had happen. The Weather Service in Lake Charles has elected to issue a long duration tornado warning for this storm because of the danger. Now, looking at this storm track, I need to emphasize some things. Nederland, Port Arthur. I need to emphasize the city of Port Arthur and the city of Nederland. Both to Groves, y'all are in this warning. Let me be as abundantly clear as I can with this. For the last hour, this storm has had a 1/2 mile to 1 mile wide EF3 plus tornado. It continues to do so. If trends continue, by 4 p.m., this thunderstorm will be in the city of Port Arthur. Hopefully it weakens. Could always. If it does not, we will have a significant tornado threat in the city of Port Arthur to Nederland, down to Sabine Pass. Now, let me tell you this. If you are in Port Arthur, Nederland, or Sabine Pass, Taylor Landing, and you live in a mobile home, a trailer, or a vehicle, you need to move now, while you have time, to a sturdy site-built structure. Or get out of the way and go up to Beaumont or something. But I would encourage you to simply go to a neighbor, go to a friend's place, sturdy site-built structure, lowest floor, set a room away from windows. This is a long-duration tornado warning call-out for Port Arthur, Nederland. You have 45 to 60 minutes before a potentially significant tornado approaches you. This storm has had a tornado down now over an hour. This storm produced strong tornadoes back southwest of Houston. Dickinson produced a tornado across the entire Houston Channel, has continued to produce a tornado. Tornado's still in progress. That's what meteorologist Jason Cooley is looking at right now. If this storm does not weaken, it will be in Port Arthur by 4 p.m. with hail, wind, and a tornado. Nederland, same story. I will read the weather warning the Weather Service in Lake Charles has just issued. Notice the considerable tornado damage tag. At 2:57 p.m., tornado warning has been issued for Jefferson County in southeast Texas. At 2:57 p.m., a large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near southwest of Stoll, 12 miles southwest of Hampshire, moving east at 50 miles an hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. You are in a life-threatening situation. I don't think it's moving east at 50. Probably moving east-northeast at about 30. So,
a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Hart, Jasper, and Tyler County in Texas.
that is the only storm with a tornado warning in Texas. And based on trends, I'm hopeful that will be the last storm with a tornado warning in Texas. But it's probably going to be tornado warned until it is in Louisiana. So, let's talk about it. Let's focus on it. That is the only storm left in Texas with a tornado warning. Here's a radar loop over the last. I'm just going to knock it down to an hour. You can see Houston, you're going to be done in 30 minutes. Huntsville, you're done. Notice how quickly clouds are clearing. West of El Campo, you're done. Galveston, if you don't end up with new storms just to your west, you're going to be done. Houston, it'll be sunny by 4. Notice back in the Brazos Valley, sunny, beautiful day now, right? Same thing will be for I-45 from Huntsville to Houston by 4:30, if not 3:30. Golden Triangle, southeast Texas, if the sun was actually up at 5:30 in the afternoon, you'd be sunny by then. So, there you go. That is the gist of it. We are down to 1 tornado warning, and it's Houston, a large, violent tornado. It's about to cross Highway 124 near White's Ranch Road. The rest of the storms will be out of Texas in the next hour to hour and a half. The rest of these storms are over. Done. Bye-bye. Adios. On the wall. I'll be your name. See ya. Okay. So, back to the radar. We're actually going to be this radar coverage of 38 miles. So, this tornado almost took out the radar we're using. This tornado has been down since then. So this tornado has been down at least 40 miles. If not longer. We had tornadoes all the way back to Liverpool here on Highway 35. So when I say long track supercell, and that time of long track tornadoes, we haven't had tornadoes down this like not the same one. This storm has gone at least 60 to 70 miles. And one of these tornadoes,
In a quarter mile, turn right on the main street.
there's no reason to think this is going to change anytime soon. And I will be honest, this is about as strong of a velocity coverage you can get right now.
Turn right on the main street.
We have winds moving towards the radar in Houston at miles an hour and moving away.
Continue for 7 miles.
A uplift, large, violent tornado capable of producing PF3 to PF5 damage. The tornado itself, you're not going to see. It's wrapped in very heavy rain. This is a classic southeastern United States high precipitation long track supercell. It has the look. There's nothing ahead of it to kill it. It's got a flanking line of storms behind it. So they're not going to do anything probably for a while. So, city of Port Arthur, you are under a direct threat. Taylor Landing, Port Arthur, you are under direct threat from a very dangerous thunderstorm with a history of producing violent tornadoes over the last hour and a half. 70 miles. I hope it lifts, I hope we chill, I hope we're good to go. But the possibility exists we could have a major problem in Port Arthur by 3:15 to 4 p.m. So those of you, and this is going to be a case where I'm going to ask all y'all watching. I know we've probably got a few dozen people watching. If you know anyone in Beaumont, Nederland, Port Arthur, Bridge City, Taylor Landing, Sabine Pass, please do us a favor, shoot them a text or call them and make sure they know what's about to happen, because this is not a small tornado that's down for 5 minutes or a water spout. This is one of these tornadoes you see in Kansas that take out a town. That's not what's going to happen here, hopefully, but I want to emphasize the gravity of the situation and what we have going on here. And
This
that's
is local storm report from 2 miles south of Cleveland in Liberty County, Texas. Hail magnitude measured 0.88 inches. Reported by public. Additional information, nickel-sized hail along CR 318 near Cleveland.
the gravity of this situation is that we have a large, violent, long-track tornado that has been down over an hour. This storm is in an environment supportive of that to continue until in like 8 hours. There will be storm scale interactions. The cycle may change and the tornado may dissipate, but we may get another one out of it. I hope it weakens. I hope in 30 minutes we're talking about a storm that has weak rotation and nothing happening. But I need those of you in Nederland, Port Arthur, even southeast Beaumont, the Sabine Pass, Highway 73, east of wind indicated landing in Port Arthur to understand the gravity index. I need you to get ready. If you're in a travel trailer, a mobile home, a vehicle, you need to move to a sturdy site-built structure. You have time, so do it. If you're in a sturdy site-built structure, you're right where you need to be. Start getting ready. Lowest floor, center room, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Find some helmets for you and your family. Find some hard sole shoes or something in case you have to walk on debris or broken.
Yeah, I'm on Main Street going east out of Stowell, and I'm gonna go north on Wilbur Road, a few miles east of Stowell, and that should take me to State Route 73. Then I'll just go 73 east past.
Grab some mattresses and blankets, sweatshirts and jackets.
Yeah, I'm on Main Street going east out of Stowell, and I'm gonna go north on Wilbur Road, a few miles east of Stowell, and that should take me to State Route 73. And then I'll just go 73 east past.
Pits to put on, producing long track, violent tornadoes. We'll be approaching the city of Port Arthur in Niederland. So if you know anyone there, we would really appreciate you helping us out and being a hero this afternoon by calling them or texting them to make sure they're paying attention. I don't care if they watch us, I don't care who they watch, to be perfectly honest. Someone to get real-time weather information. This tornado, in which way the wind is blowing mode, is now on Highway 124, north of White Branch Road. At 3:08 p.m., a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado is located in South Solo, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour, 11 miles south of Hampshire. So, again, 30 east, 50. Give you more time to prepare here in Port Arthur. We're looking at wind velocities on the radar of 150 to 180 miles per hour. This tornado has likely been in progress since west of I-45. Given the antecedent conditions, the fact there's nothing ahead of the storm to disrupt it, and we're going to have to hope storm scale factors cause this thing to wind down, but at this point, this is not a good situation for those of you in Port Arthur and Niederland. I'm not saying that to try to scare you or give you anxiety. I'm simply trying to tell you the gravity of the situation is that this is not one of these typical Southeast Texas spin-up tornadoes that takes offense at. This thing means business. Now, is it going to be like this in 45 minutes? I hope not. Is it going to be the same tornado? I hope not. We may have a cycle. We may have a new tornado develop. This tornado itself may dissipate, but I need to emphasize we are looking at extremely violent rotation right now, indicative of the upper echelon.
Head south.
Upper echelon types of tornadoes. This is not a weak tornado. Tornadoes are rated based off the damage they produce. So, in itself, the damage here may only be EF1, EF2, because that's the strongest or highest damage indicators there are here. But I need to emphasize the fact this tornado is a very strong tornado. So, let's try to get you some times, let's try to get you some information. But the clear key message here is we're dealing with an extremely dangerous situation for Port Arthur, Highway 73 all the way back west to Taylor Landing. The storm itself has turned more east. If we can get lucky, this may stay south of Port Arthur, but I want everyone from Niederland and Port Arthur all the way down 87 to Sabine Pass to be ready. Highway 73, no go either. 73 is getting hit. The tornado right now is probably 6 to 7 miles south of Highway 73. At this point, I'm going to do I-10. This is about 7 miles south Need more road. Amen, brother. Big Hill Road.
Lord.
Matthews Ranch Road. Again, this is a rural area. I understand. Most folks down here, if you're out and about right now, you're probably fishing. Well, no fishing. This is going to be a very rural area.
Continue on Todd Road for 1 mile.
Hard. We have winds moving towards the radar. 150 miles. It's moving away from the lake. 65 miles. 180 mile an hour gauge channel.
Alright, what's this guy thinking there?
In half a mile, turn left onto Wilbur Road.
This is skate right
What you
now.
doing?
It's going to look like a big old block of rain. You might be able to see one edge of the tornado in the rain, but understand this is probably a mile-wide tornado.
Make up. Blocking the road.
Rotating in the rain. This tornado is
you doing?
now. This tornado is 22 miles west of Highway 87, moving east at 30 miles an hour.
Turn left onto Wilbur Road.
Have it done speed up. It's going to be moving over Big Hill Road, Need More Road,
Need more.
and
Continue on Wilbur Road for 3 miles.
west of Highway 124. White's Ranch Road, west of 124. Houston, give it 15 minutes and you're done with storms. Note there are storms further north, severe. Understand we're focusing on the wide stretching situation. Nome, Alaska. That was 3 seconds going to be Nome, Alaska.
In half a mile, turn left onto Webb Road.
7 miles southeast of 9 miles. Tornado, storm, Port Arthur, Meter Road. Turns right, it's going to be more than 8 pieces of being fast. I realize, and there's hail wind out here on Highway 73. I realize the early food right now is in north. But it's really just
Turn left onto Webb Road.
That's why we're here. It's the only storm with a tornado warning in Texas. All the other storms are mostly behind. We've got some hail. We've got some strong wind. Heavy rain.
This is something else, huh? Sticking some mail right here. This thing's been so rain wrapped the whole time, pretty much. Tornado's just been riding the coast. There's Pecos Hank. Pecos Hank is here.
Otherwise, staying in the sturdy cycle structure, find some helmets, find some coats, jackets, sweatshirts. If you want to bring blankets in, a mattress, wherever you take a shelter, go for it. Helmets for your head, for you and your family. A lot of fatal tornado injuries are a result of head trauma. Guess what? Get a bicycle helmet. Hard sole shoes, want to know why? Boots, just in case you do end up having damage, you don't want to be walking on glass, nails, wood, with sandals, flip-flops, Crocs, bare feet. Believe it or not, research has been done on this. Experiences, ladies and gentlemen. You'll live and learn. Here's the latest velocity scan. You want to live and learn? Well, guess what? You're going to need some more road. That's where this tornado is so east of Big Hill Road, Louisiana Road, there's the Newport Road. Winds moving away from the radar, 130 miles per hour. Winds moving towards the radar at 30. You can go to storm relative to the peaks and the blues. Here you go. We got winds moving towards the radar, 73 to 75 miles an hour. Winds moving away at 85. This tornado is not weakening. Apparent circulation is not weakening. This tornado traveled across the entirety of I knew it was Chambers County. This tornado traveled across the entirety of Chambers County, from the Houston Shipping Channel now into Jefferson County. The tornado traveled across the entire Houston Shipping Channel and probably was in Dickinson. The storm itself has been producing tornadoes since it was back in there. So, again, there's not much more I can say.
God.
What's been said has been said, and we just need to hope this thing weakens. Maybe it will. Hopefully it will. I'd be a happy clam. I'd drink caffeine too. But until then, this is not a good situation. Go ahead and press some buttons. Ready to a distance. The current circulation is now 12-ish miles southwest west of Highway 87. Now, if this thing keeps moving northeast, it will stay south of Port Arthur. We are in no way, shape, or form going to say Port Arthur is not under threat there, because guess what? We're talking a few miles difference here in 20 minutes. And these things, if it starts to weaken, these circulations tend to pull hard north. So that's why those few miles count. The way it looks right now, I'm feeling better about England being okay. Port Arthur, you're still in the uh-oh zone. Sabine Pass, you're in the uh-oh zone too if this keeps moving northeast. But nobody in the mama should be on Highway 87 right now between, well, the coast and, honestly, at this point, probably here. You're obviously traveling Highway 73, you can go down 87. He's going to give us a look at this storm before it crosses over, well, Sabine Pass and into Louisiana. So, let's look at it. Let's see what's going on in the rest of the state. Let's knock the phone over and see if it makes a difference. Press some buttons. Here we go. Yes, it says sky clear. Sky's kind of already clear. Storm is possible at 9. Now let's back down to Houston. Well, guess what? Houston, you're pretty much done. I mean, I can't completely say that with total confidence until that last little cumulative run is into Harris County, but guess what? Almost over. Folks that were hit by tornadoes earlier around the Houston area, they pretty much it's over. For northeast Houston, northeast Harris County, it'll be over in 10 minutes. So, East Texas, severe weather threat is confined now to winds and winds. The Golden Triangle, we're watching a single storm with a history of a long track violent tornado now 15 minutes from impacting Highway 87, Port Arthur, and perhaps Sabine Pass. What are you going to do about it? Have you already moved to shelter? If not, you're running out of time. You need to move to shelter. If you wish this makes you do things, it's probably going to be alright. Seriously. Even if this was a mile-wide tornado, it rolled right into your town. Guess what? Lowest floor, center room, away from windows, with as many walls between you and the outside as possible. major miles. Prices rise. 2 seconds isn't worth them getting thrown into the Gulf of Mexico. Tornado continues. At 3:35 p.m., a large, extremely dangerous tornado was located 7 miles south of Bell, 11 miles west of Port Arthur, moving east at Cooley. Large, extremely dangerous, potentially deadly tornado.
Continue on Texas 82 East for 2 miles.
Now, a question here, and this is more of a weather-leaning question versus one of societal impacts or work, is when the next tornado warning is issued. And if this is moving close on Port Arthur, we're going to have to see the make of a tornado emergency on this. Those are reserved for the most life-threatening, urgent, violent types of tornadoes. And I'm extrapolating the velocity here. I'm trying to get a path. Again, these things wobble. They turn left, they turn right. But I'm trying to just extrapolate it. I just did off screen. I'll do it on screen. By no means is this a definitive answer to what's going to happen. But there's been a clear turn north. For those of you in Port Arthur, I need to once again emphasize the seriousness of the situation. You need to be in a safe place now. You've got 10, maybe 15 minutes, 20 if you're lucky at the latest. If this thing does not stay south of the city, it is going to move into Port Arthur. If it does not die off or weaken, it is going to move across Highway 87 is a violent tornado capable of significant damage. I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm really not. Those of you who have seen our coverage before know we do not use words like this lightly or frequently. The jovial jokester vulgar.
In a quarter mile, after the railroad crossing, slight right.
I need to emphasize this. Port Arthur, you got a can of prawns coming in from the southwest. And this is going to be a big, big deal if this does not weaken or stay south of the city.
Slight right toward Texas 87 South, South 8th Street.
Sure, on every single thing out there.
Continue on Texas 87 South for 4 miles.
So again, I mean, there's the latest velocities again, folks. This isn't legal. I wish it was. I really wish it was. This gives me no pleasure. This gives me no joy. It really doesn't.
Bolts hitting all around.
It's going to be close. Those of you on Port Arthur, seriously, this thing's wobbling. Last scan, it wobbled a little further east. If this manages to stay south of Port Arthur, it's literally going to pass maybe 3 or 4 miles south of Highway 82. There on the coast. Or south of Port Arthur, Highway 73. Right now, if it took a super east jog, it passed 4 miles south of Highway 83. As it stands now, all these locations along and south of Highway 73 pose the greatest risk of a major tornado strike. But if this thing turns north at all, we are going to have a major, major problem. And I think at this point, it's getting real close to the Weather Service has called a tornado emergency. probably doesn't mean anything. It doesn't change. If it can turn right.
There's going to be people trapped in that. That's a long line. There are going to be people trapped in this. Here. I'm going to watch all these oil field guys do the same thing. Oh. Freaking birds.
Over the body of water, about to move into Louisiana. Port Arthur, boy, oh boy. Did you guys luck out in town? It remains to be seen whether or not we lucked out just south of town. We have no other tornado warnings in the state of Texas. We have multiple storms producing large destructive tornadoes in eastern Louisiana, Mississippi. Apparently we've got a pretty big tornado south of Hazelhurst approaching I-55 in Mississippi. And we're going to have more. Tornadoes still on the Texas side of the state line, here east of Port Arthur. Barely. It'll be in Louisiana shortly. Port Arthur, give me 5 minutes. It's 3:57. Just give me until 4:05. Seriously. I feel better now than I did. It's storming, it's pouring, it's rainy, it's windy in Port Arthur. But just give me another 5 minutes. 4:03, 4:05. Then come out, you'll be done. Now, let's look north. Let's make sure we're not missing anything. We've had severe thunderstorm warnings up here. But we should be dealing with much weaker low-level winds. And that's the way it looks. We don't see any indications of strong rotation, anything like that. Looking up further, make sure we don't have anything going on with the Pinewood storms. Yeah, I'm feeling better, folks. I mean, we got a lot of wind with these storms northeast of Liberty now, straight line winds. There's no doubt about that. We got wind, we got probably some quarter-size hail, heavy rain, but we don't have mile-wide tornadoes down for over 80 miles. This storm is over water. It'll be in Louisiana shortly and moving towards Hackberry, Louisiana. Large tornado continues. In fact, here, let me do this. I'm just gonna switch this over to base velocity. I'm gonna load this back as far back as I can. Probably gonna blow up half the computer with it, but that's okay. Do it.
In a quarter mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Texas 82. Your route may be affected by
Quite a power outages here.
At the light, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Texas.
Looks like we have power outages. It's a 4-way stop. Let's hope everybody does it. Alright, we went. They should go. We should go. They should go. They should go. Let's go. Here we go. Okay. There's really not much else to chase. This thing is just went over the water. But wow, we were close as we could be without dying. Man, oh man, was that wild or what? really want to chase anymore, and this storm is over water, so it's not really going to allow me to chase. I can't get a boat. Just like that, the chase is probably done.
In 600 feet, continue on to... Continue on Texas 73 East for 3 miles.
There was something else. We got more storms that we're gonna have to watch.
In 2 miles at the Interchange Memorial Boulevard, use the right lane to follow signs for Route 69, Route 96.
Wild intercept. That was, run for your life kind of thing. Yeah, I need a Sea-Doo. That is right.
In a half mile at the Interchange Memorial Boulevard, use the right lane to follow signs for Route 69, Route 9. At the Interchange Memorial Boulevard, use the right lane to follow signs for Route 6. In a quarter mile, merge onto US 287 South, US 69. Merge onto US 287 South, US 69 South, then make a U...
Wrong! Yes, exit. Sorry, I'll stop at this gas station for the culture. Stopping at a gas station for the culture. Port Arthur locked out.
Head southeast on Memorial Boulevard toward 39th Street, then turn left onto 39th Street. At the light, turn left onto 39th Street, then turn left onto Zion.